Quad leaders have condemned the attack and urged to bring the butchers back of the Pahalgam terror attack. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has reiterated India's right to defend itself against terrorism at the Quad summit.
China will dominate undersea cables. But what is the Quad really?
Quad condemns terror attack on Pahalgam. Quad unequivocally condemns all acts of terrorism and violent extremism, including cross-border terrorism, condemns terror attack in Pahalgam.
On July 1st, something significant yet subtle happened at "We will work with you, but not for you."
China and Pakistan had blocked India's bid to call out the Pahalgam terror attack and the perpetrators of the attack in the SCO joint statement, so much so
India is playing the long game, and so far, it's playing it brilliantly. Why this story matters to you? Imagine a room in Washington, D.C. 4 countries, one long wooden table, and one unspoken question floating in the air. Who really controls the Indo-Pacific? The US brought the experience, Japan brought the caution, Australia brought the sunshine, and India brought something far more powerful. India brought leverage. This is the story of the Quad talks held around July 1st, where India did not just participate. It played chess on a board no one else saw coming. But what is the Quad really? They call it the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, launched in 2007 but fell apart, resurrected in 2017 as China's shadow began to stretch across oceans. Officially, it's about ensuring a free and open Indo-Pacific, but unofficially, it is the polite version of saying, let's not let China write the rulebook. But here's the kicker. Unlike NATO, Quad has no army, no treaty, just 4 democracies whispering over shared concerns. India, the outlier. India does not behave like the rest. Japan, US aligned since World War II. Australia, part of the Five Eyes. And the US, well, it is the empire. But India buys oil from Russia, fights with China on the border, and still shows up to dinner like the most important guest at the table, because it is. India is the only country in the Quad with a real land conflict with China. It is also the only one who can say, we will work with you, but not for you. So what really happened in DC? So what did they actually talk about? According to press statements, maritime cooperation, cybersecurity, supply chain resilience, and a peaceful Indo-Pacific. But according to realists, they were talking about tracking Chinese submarines in the Indian Ocean, countering grey zone tactics in the South China Sea, AI warfare, and, semiconductors, always semiconductors. But there was one moment that changed the tone of the room, the Pahalgam shockwave. On July 1st, something significant yet subtle happened at Quad foreign ministers meeting in Washington. For the first time ever, all 4 Quad countries, the US, India, Japan, and Australia, jointly condemned the Pahalgam terror attack happened on April 22nd, which killed 26 people. This was not just another statement about maritime security or climate. It bore weight because it did not shy away from calling out cross-border terrorism. However, they did not directly name Pakistan, a carefully calibrated move. Nonetheless, the Quad said, we condemn in the strongest terms the terror attack in Pahalgam and call on the perpetrators, organizers, and financiers to be brought to justice. That's the nuance. They condemned, yes, but gingerly. They did not blame, but they signaled. That subtlety, that's India's gift to global diplomacy. Getting the world to stand by your narrative even when they are not calling your opponent by name. And then there was China. Of course, China noticed. The PLA upped its naval drills. Beijing issued 3 angry statements within 48 hours, and Xi Jinping rushed to Cambodia, not for sightseeing, but to checkmate India's shipping routes in the Andaman Sea. Quad to China is provocation. To India, it's a pressure valve to keep both Beijing and Washington guessing. So, the silent strategy. While the world debates aircraft carriers, India builds listening posts in the Seychelles. While others sell defense pads, India signs space cooperation deals. While China floods Africa with cash, India offers training, vaccines, evacuation corridors. No headlines, no noise, just pure moves. That's India's Indo-Pacific strategy. No spotlight, only gravity. So why this story matters to you? If Quad works, your tech becomes safer, global shipping gets faster, and your government has a stronger say in global data policy. If Quad fails, China will dominate undersea cables, lock up semiconductor supply chains, and push India into military escalations no one wants. So yes, Quad may look like a diplomatic seminar, but it's actually about who controls the 21st century's arteries. The final move. As the dinner plates were cleared in DC, one thing became clear. The US wants commitment. China wants control. Australia and Japan want balance. And India wants autonomy but with influence. That's not indecisiveness. That's strategy. Quad is not just 4 nations talking. It's a test to see if the world can build partnerships without building empires. And India is playing the long game, and so far it's playing it brilliantly.